duet. Basgitaar en alt. Ah.
Zit niet hierbij het grote?
Nee, dit is heel vaak het anthem.
Kunnen wij er gewoon eentje hier...
Ja, anders... Ja, en dus... En 5 en 6 zijn dus omgedraaid, toch?
Ja. Maar hoeven zij niet te weg?
Nee, dat hoeven zij niet te
Ik kom er vanaf 2.
Ja. Kijk, dat het helemaal zo is doorgekomen, maar in principe is het eerste rondje gewoon Nederlands. Tweede rondje zachtjes en derde rondje iets meer. Als je wat anders voelt, dan doe je wat anders, hè. Dus niks moet. Wat
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Salam Nkwadahan Mesayachum. A warm welcome, everybody here in the grote zaal of Splendor, and also a warm welcome to our viewers of the live stream, and a very special warm welcome to the Tigrayan viewers, whether it is in the diaspora or in Tigray itself. Now, we just listened to the Tigrayan national anthem, played by a wonderful selection of Splendor musicians, but we also have three guests in our midst, and on flute and vocals, Jacob Yemane, on piano and car, Samir Abraham, and from the Adelis band, Samira Veldai. I'm not sure where. Ah, yes, there you are. It was in January this year that I stood here on this same spot and hosted an evening to raise awareness for the war in Tigray and the atrocities committed to the people of Tigray. And in these 8 months that we have passed now, a lot has happened. There is a peace treaty signed, and yes, a lot of the hostilities to the Tigrayan people have stopped. And yes, daily life is starting up again in Tigray. But one thing hasn't changed, and that is the silence from our national press and international press. And the need to speak about this war is ever as urgent as it was on that evening in January. But it's not the reason why we are gathered here tonight. Because tonight we want to give a message of hope. And the two things that are always intertwined with hope are youth and education. And that's what we're going to talk about. Now, you saw already some pictures of schools in Tigray, and as we all can see, these schools are destroyed and not functioning as schools. The schools that are still with 4 walls and a rooftop are most of the time now functioning as shelter for refugees. In order to restore the educational system in Tigray again, we need your help in the form of donation. And now you all here in Splendor, you have already contributed a donation. But to our viewers, I would like to ask you if you can make a donation to help the educational system functioning again and to help the children of Tigray so that they are able to go to school again. Now we're going to listen to another song from Tigray, and it is called Netela Mai Mai from Matea. And as I've been told, Netela means the white cloth that is so often used in so many occasions by the Tigrayans. And Mai is the word for water. Netela Mai Mai. Dankjewel. Letsela Mai Mai. Now I would like to invite to the stage Gebre Christos Gebre Meskel, who is going to say a few words about the current state of the land and of the educational system. Gebre Christos.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Jan Willem. First, welcome all of you. Jan Willem has said it well, but I would like to repeat that. So it's a little bit hard to go out of music and talk about a very terrible state, but I think it has to be told. So let me just give you a bit of context about what we are talking at the moment and why we are here, because I think without context we might be lost a little bit. So there was a 2-year devastating war in Tigray, and then I think in November 2022 a peace agreement was signed between the Tigrayan forces and the Ethiopia government and its allies. That was supposed to bring a lot of change. One change has happened, and that is that active warfare has stopped. But a lot of things remain, and Tigray and the people of Tigray remain in an extremely difficult situation. One negative thing about that peace agreement is that it took away the small attention that was paid to Tigray. Now the suffering and the devastation is never heard. So it has created its own problems. When I talk about Tigray, I'm talking at the moment about almost 50% of Tigray under Tigrayan control. The rest is divided among the Ethiopian forces and its allies. And that the people of Tigray still remain in siege, completely surrounded 360 degrees with almost only plane flights from Addis Ababa. That means everyone is controlled. Whatever goes to Tigray is controlled, checked by the Ethiopian government. So this basically puts the people of Tigray at the mercy of the Ethiopian rulers and their allies. And this allows them to continue the extremely genocidal war that they have been waging upon the people of Tigray. Just recently, we heard news that about I think it was within the past months, I heard news that about 1,400 people died of starvation. And this is because there is nothing getting into the region. And to add to the extremely difficult situation, the World Food Program and the USAID, who were the biggest donors, have suspended aid to Tigray, citing that a lot of theft has happened and they want to investigate that. And in the middle of this, the people of Tigray are being punished. They are dying in camps in that region, in the small part of Tigray that is completely blockaded 360 degrees. So it's an extremely terrible situation there. And nature has also unleashed its own ugly things. So there's a disease, there is a locust invasion, there's even hailstorm for the little crops that the people are growing. So it's like, it feels like once you are in problem, there's more problems come. And so this is the context within which we are in Tigray. And a positive thing is that following the peace agreement, the Tigray interim administration, as an administration that has been established following the agreement, has said that it is resuming schools, but like I said, there is no infrastructure, everything is destroyed. As you saw here, some of the pictures at the beginning, there are no schools, there are no school supplies. On top of that, there is really now in Tigray an extreme, it's a season of grief, I could say. And this is because of the total devastation, total massacres that have been happened. Some of the data, data that we have is that between 600,000 to 1 million people have been killed. It's a huge number. And now there is information, the Tigray interim administration is telling people about who has been killed in the resistance. So the entire Tigray is now in a time in a complete grief. Just like today, when we were preparing for this, I got news that my cousin, who was in the army, this one, just now, heard that the family has been informed that he has been killed. So really, the region is like a scene of grief now, from both massacres, but also from the huge toll in the resistance. So in this context, education is resumed, but without anything. And the education sector has lost teachers, students, and materials that were needed for schools, blackboards, for example, where you can write. Everything is either looted or is destroyed. Here, I think what we are trying to do is that we might rekindle some hope in the education sector in Tigray, and that is either by donating, but also by really bringing hope to the Tigrayan children, that they have to start to believe in school again, because now they haven't been to school for the past 4 years, first Corona and then the war. And now the problems are all accumulated. They are like out-of-age children in school. There are children that haven't gone to school. All these problems together have created a huge problem in Tigray, and the region has absolutely no resources. Like I said, no attention means no resources as well. So we are here to draw attention to this extremely difficult, forgotten world, because if we speak, we hope that others will speak as well, and together we can make noise, and we can also contribute a little bit. Whatever contribution we make here today helps. That's what I got from speaking to people. Whatever, a small support that you think, a small support, buying a pen, buying a pencil, might look like extremely trivial, but here it brings hope. It brings the feeling of being not forgotten. And so I think that is what we want today in this program. I hope that we can do this. I hope that the children of Tigray can hear us and can again believe in the value of education and go to school. Finally, let me just switch a language here, because I also want to speak to them directly. ጸገምኩም ይረደናዩ ሎማንቲ ኣብዚ ተኣኪብና ዘለና ለኣኻትኩም ንምሕጋዝ እዩ እሞ ኣብ ትግራይ ዘለኹም ተምሃሮ ተመሊስኩም ትምህርቲ ክትመሃሩ ኣብ ትምህርቲ ክትኣምኑ ወላ ጸልማት ይምሰል እምበር ክሓልፍ ምዃኑ ተረዲኹም ገጽኩም ናብ ትምህርቲ ክትገብሩ በዚ ኣጋጣሚ ክላበበኩም እደሊ ክልምነኩም እደሊ አይዞኹም ተስፋ ይትቁረጹ Thank you so much.
Now we will watch a video from the head of Tigray Bureau of Education, Dr. Kiros, but not before we have listened to Shishani singing and playing one of her songs called Shades of Orange. A big hand for Shishani.
Yes, good evening, everybody. It's good to be here, even though it's such a hard topic. So I wanted to share a song that I haven't written, but I've arranged, because I feel that as a country, as the Netherlands, having this silence is something that that we're responsible for. Obviously, we are trying to make noise, and whoever is trying to make noise is making noise, but on a national level, we haven't done this. So I decided to sing my version of the Dutch national anthem that I gave a new name, Shades of Orange.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kiros Ghosh, and currently I'm working as head of Tigray Education Bureau. And this is a pleasure to me to convey a message regarding the situation in Tigray education system after the devastating war waged on Tigray. And before describing the situation, I have to use this opportunity to acknowledge and appreciate John William Budget and the entire Splendor team who have been working hard, supporting us, the Tigray people. And I remember back in February, the event that you organized. And I have also to appreciate and acknowledge Gabra Christos and his entire team of Tugahat for organizing such event and inviting me to convey a message so that together we can put some hope in the hearts and minds of Tigray children. When we back to the situation in Tigray education system, as you well may know, Tigray was progressing well in achieving a sustainable development goal, especially sustainable development goal number 4, and we were able to decrease the walking distance to get a primary school to 2.5 kilometers, and the walking distance to get the secondary school was about 7.06 kilometers. And we were doing good in creating access and equity in general in 2020. Due to the war on Tigray, 2,490 schools either partially or completely are destroyed, and their school infrastructure, equipments, teaching aid materials all looted, burned, and destroyed. So the school's physical infrastructure get collapsed. A second most important thing that get collapsed because of the war on Tigray is the human resource. In 2020, we had about 46,000 teachers who were teaching for more than 1.46 million students. But unfortunately, due to the war, more than 14,000 teachers are unaccounted. We have many teachers who get killed by the bullet of the invading forces. We have many teachers who get tortured, who get wounded, who get displaced, who get migrated, and who change their occupation to support their life because there was no salary for more than 2 years. So because of all this, now 14,000 teachers, the whereabouts of the 14,000 teachers are not known, and more than that, the existing teachers get traumatized, and because there was no salary for more than 2 years, and they are deprived of economically also. And the third most important aspect of the education system is the curriculum. And Tigray children, the schools was closed for more than 3 years. That's about 7 semesters. And because of this school closure and the destruction, more than 2.4 million students are out of the school. And imagine, according to UNESCO, in 2023, globally there were more than 244 million children out of school, and from Tigray, 2.4. You can imagine that the population of Tigray is less than 0.07% compared to the global population, but we are contributing more than 1% to the global out-of-school children, which is 13 times more than our fair share population in population wise. Because of this war on Tigray, now we have many challenges to reopen the schools. The school infrastructure and supply, as I mentioned, is get looted and destroyed. And we set our targets in this education recovery and reconstruction program. And our priorities, we are categorized in 6 categories. The first category is we need support in fast rehabilitation, maintenance, reconstruction, and construction of schools is our first program. And teachers healing and development program is part of this recovery and reconstruction program. The leadership, school leadership healing and development program, the curriculum development program, the technology assistance, the school feeding. These are the areas where we need your support. Once again, I would like to appreciate and acknowledge the splendid team and the entire team of Tighat for organizing such event, and I wish you productive and successful event. I thank you so much.
the musicians back to the stage again. And we will listen to a song by Eyasu Bere, Tigray Adina, which means ons land, Tigray, our country, Tigray. Give them a warm applause.
إذا عندنا سوحة سوحي هيتم بعجوخي إذا عندنا روبا روبا حد معد سوا عندنا روبا روبا حد معد سوا تاحي بريقة وقحتا مريت وققك بسبله ورقا وجرا برهانا أبسا وحمس عسله رباي حد زهي مالو امر فاتحيز واسا وشدي وعزيز ملو أول الدم بيتا كلن عدر حيزن وردا عبا نزل فحدن مشبال حدن كومنا من سياب تركب عزهم طلع لي عمق اضرب لحدين عغين حيفا يسكن مني أمسك حلو سعدنا روبا روبا حد معرف سما سعدنا ان بخرانو حد زندقانو ساحي بريقة وقحتا مريت وقنهل بسوين ورقا وشكرا وحانا أبسا وحمس عسل فلفل زورو للملم مححد زهر عمر فاتحي وبسا وجني وعزيز أول الدميتات كلن عدر حيزنك وردا عبان حد نسبة لحد كوبيبا من سياب تركب لزوم قتاقل لهم شكو اضرب حتين عاقين حيفا بسكر كلني أسمع إذا عدنا روبا روبا عد معرض سوا
And now it's time for some dance. Can I have all the dancers on the stage, please? I think the dancers are still outside. Sanai, have you brought your dancers with you? Sanai will bring in all the dancers, I hope. I think I'll do it. No, not moment, now. The moment is now. Yeah, come. I hope they are coming. girls, can you stay for a moment? No, they're not listening to me, oh boy. Can you stay for a moment? And Sanai, can you come forward for a moment? Thank you very much, ladies, for this beautiful dance. And Sanai, can you introduce all the dancers to us and tell us a little bit about what we've just seen?
Okay, first of all, I would like to say good evening, everybody. As we all know, this is one of the culture which are here in Tigray. This is called Ashenda. As you can see, the grass is also called Ashenda. And also this Ashenda festival was started in the 4th century during the Aksum civilization, which is like explaining or girls start to explore their women's right at that age. This is one of the things that I showed. There was earlier stage of women's right in Aksum Kingdom. The women also try to express their feelings. They don't have their own time. They don't have a time for unity. And they also express everything, their feelings in the Ashenda. So every year, Ashenda was celebrated in Tigray. It's huge or big, one of the big culture. Most of the time is here in August. It starts on the August and mostly it takes like weeks. So every woman and young girls started to celebrate this Ashenda starting from August. They explain everything in their culture. So this also the dressing style, the jewelries, they are all unique. Most of the time the girls from Tigray wear this all things to express their culture since the 4th century. So this is all about Ashenda, what I can say in this short period of time. Thank you for listening. Thank you so much.
Okay, give them the mic.
Okay, they are start to explain what they are. I would like to introduce them all. Okay.
Can you, Sanai, can you bring them here into the light?
Okay, so beautiful. The cultural dressing also. So, yeah, everyone there try to introduce themselves to the audience.
My name is Samhan.
My name is Danait.
My name is Marhoit.
My name is Tahab.
My name is Kasanet.
Hello everyone and good evening. Welcome to this event. I'm Froini.
Hi, I'm Mizer and thank you for being here.
Thank you so much. Please give it up for those beautiful girls. Thank you so much again.
And now I would like to invite Geber Christos again to the stage for some testimonies. We're going to hear not only testimony of your family, Geber Christos, but also some other testimonies.
Yeah, we have...
well, the mic is yours now.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you again. It was nice. I don't think I want to add to that, but I feel like I'm the guy who takes you out into a little bit the sad part of the story. This beautiful thing took me back home when I was growing up as a child. It is a season of celebration, in some cases 2 weeks, in some cases a week. But across Tigray, when the land is covered with flowers, the girls dressed in their best come out, express themselves, express the beauty around them. It is such a season, and now it is a little bit in Tigray, beginning the kind of the dry season, but just like end of August, beginning of September is when this is celebrated. But I think there is something about it that, that we are celebrating here now, but during the war, the girls of Tigray, this is an event that the girls of Tigray wait for a year, preparing. But for the past 3 years, they weren't able to come out because you can't gather, you can't be found together, otherwise you are a target for the drones. So it is good that they brought it here, but it's also good, I think, to remember the story that this was not possible. But this year, they started celebrating. With that, I want to take you a little bit into the education. So I want to tell today, what has the war done to the Tigrayan students? So I don't think I need to go far to find a story. I can just start with our family and tell you just a little bit about what it has done to us. I wasn't able to talk to my family for a long time, but recently there's a little bit of opening in Tigray, so I was able to talk with the children of my siblings who are in the city, in the capital, Mekelle. These are some of them. I come from a very big family, so these are some of the children that I got access to. I talked to all of them, and it was just hard to hear how they feel about the interruption of school. They simply said, we miss our teachers. This is something they would never say before. But now they just miss the school. They just miss being just at school is something they miss. One of them, the third one from here, she read a poem for me about going to school. It's such a longing for school that the children of Tigray have been denied for the past almost 4 years. 7 semesters, says the head of education. But these are for the children. I have also just brothers. One of my brothers was studying. He had actually like a job here. They have what they call professional doctorate. So here at Eindhoven, first he finished his master's in Milan, and then he got a job here. But in between, he decided to go to Tigray for a month. And that is when the war started, and he was trapped there. For 3 years, he stayed there, trapped, unable to move out of Tigray because it was not possible to move. So they canceled his program here, and eventually now he has managed to come to Europe through another program. But that is one story. Another young brother of me, I don't include their images here for security reasons because they will be associated with me and I don't want to put them in trouble. But another younger brother who was a lecturer at the university in Mekelle was forced to join the resistance. Another brother of mine who was finishing his college also joined the resistance. So all these have stopped education. I mean, they have been interrupted, and this was forced upon them. And this is just in one family. But I should say, we are actually lucky because we are from the part of Tigray that is not the most hit, the hard hit. It is relatively better because in the other parts of Tigray, to be found alive by itself is a big thing. Many families have perished. But this is just a story of our family. I myself have been affected. I consider it really not a big deal, but I'm also finishing my PhD, but I have put it on hold to speak for Tigray, because I felt that there was no one speaking about this war. So it's simply, there is no one, that has been affected by this war, whether they are in Europe, if they are Tigrayan, whether they are in Tigray or outside Tigray. We are all affected in different degrees. But the ones that are hard hit are, of course, the students, the children of Tigray, that for almost 4 years of their life has been taken away from them. But that's about me. Now I would like to bring some other testimonies who are here with us today. One of them was now dancing with us, Froini. Froini, would you like to come here? And I would also like to invite Asbaha, who is another testimony here. Asbaha, can you come here? Do you hear? You hear me? Yeah. So, these two Tigrayans will also tell us how they have been affected by the war, how their life, how their education has been affected. Luckily, they have managed to come here, so they are lucky by definition, I think, by being here. But they will tell us their story. So, Froini, can you tell us your story about education?
Okay. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for this event, especially Cabra Christos, to prepare this one, and also our guests, you are already here to share and to feel our pain. So I'm Froini. I just came here for study, but from start, my story, I was born in Maizabri, western part of Tigray, and I grew up in Makala. And I graduated with applied biology, and I start working in Makala University as assistant lecturer. And by chance, I get a scholarship, OKP, and I came here to study my master's. But for me at that time, it was like two feelings, happiness as well as sadness. Happiness is just like to follow my dream, came here, and the saddest part is the war starts that day, which means after I arrive in Holland. So I don't feel anything about Holland. I only feel the pain, the stress, and the struggle. So after I arrived, I think 1st November, and the war started after 2 days. So for me, it was really painful, hard, and stressful. I can't focus on my study. It was so hard because no connection, nothing to meet with my families. It's really, really hard. And in this part, like everybody, they can meet their friends, their families, but me, I can't. Almost like more than 1 year. Whatever it is, I don't have any choice. I should finish my study because there is no choice. So I'm just trying to manage it. So in this part, I want to thank my roommates during that day being with me, as well as it's called like my family for me. There's already here Mr. Sami. He's like my family for me. He always call me, give me support. Don't worry, just like. Sorry, I just a little bit emotional. Like I said before, I just struggle to finish my study because there is no way rather than to do this one. But at this part, there is another Tigrayan students. They feel like me, but they don't have any support. They struggle mental health. They already stopped their study. But me, I just tried to finish. But I graduated my study. After that, there is no hope, no way to go back your country. So for me, it's like two feeling, either happy or sad. I already finished my study. What's the next step? I don't have any country. I don't have home to go back again, which means I am homeless. I'm orphan. That is why we struggle, Tigrayan students, with all ability, with this all capability, we do not have anything to do. So what is our next step? That is giving us more and more stressful. So war, it's not good for us. War we know only in history books, in movies. But when it came reality, it is so hard. So I want to say here, this is not only my story. This is part of all Tigrayan students' story. So I want to say, yeah, it is so hard. At least we try to survive it. So if you get some chance as well, we have the ability, we have the capability to show, to support our community. So I want to say this thing. So thank you so much for giving me this chance.
Thank you for sharing that. I think Froini also, for me, represents the strengths. She has managed to finish her study despite the extremely difficult situation, emotional difficulties she has gone through. She was here, and I think the fact that you have finished it is a very positive story, and I kind of feel like that's a message of today, because it is very difficult, but we want to tell the Tigrayan students that it is, yeah, we should try. We should again believe in education. We should go to school. That is what we want to say, and I want to thank you for sharing this, but stay with us, and we also want to hear from Asbaha. Asbaha, what is your story? Tell us, how does this war, how has it affected your life in connection to education? Tell us in short.
Okay, thank you very much. Thanks a lot for organizing this crucial event. My name is Asfa. Just I was humanitarian worker in Ethiopia, in Addis Ababa, physically. Just I was working. So my name is Atzbaha. Just as I told you before, I was a humanitarian practitioner and human rights advocate in Ethiopia. So when I come to my personal testimony on the education system in Ethiopia, as soon as the just war broke in Ethiopia, just the allies were destroying the schools just purposively all over the region. But besides that, there was a systemic just removal of Tigrayans from the education system. And just my testimony was, just I was trying to join my PhD degree in one of the universities in Addis Ababa. Just we call it a UNISA University, which is South African university, but it's originally in Addis Ababa, and just Ethiopians run the university. Then I decided to join my PhD degree. Then I went to the university. Just originally I applied online, then just go for further clarification to the university. Then just at the gate of the university, just I was asked to give my ID card. Then I gave them my ID card. Then further he read my ID card, it's Tigray ID card, just we don't have just ethnic based ID card. Then he read my name and it's Tigraynya name. Then he asked me, are you guys still with us? Just it was a torn conflict during that time, and media's government officials, specifically the higher officials, were just disseminating and neglecting Tigrayans from the entire country. Then later, just I keep quiet because it needs one call to be arrested at that time. If you are Tigrayan, if you call, there is one suspect here, I will be arrested. Then I keep quiet and beg him to pass to the university. Then later, just he was not happy, but just unfortunately he allowed me to go to the university. Then just I talked to the secretary to talk to the registrar officer. Then she allowed me to enter. Then just I try to introduce myself because just I have my objective to just assess the university status and the PhD status in the university. Then Just I told him my name is Asbaha. Just I came to check my PhD status because I was registered. And he asked me, are you from Tigray? Yes, I am from Tigray. Aha. So what do you want? Yes, I came to check my PhD status because I was registered. Do you think you will join the education system in the country? Then I asked why you say like that? I was again confused, but just behind I know. I all know the situation behind that the officials, like basically the government officials were doing in the system. Then finally, just he refused to talk to me, and he say, is luxurious to you at this moment? And what do you mean? Just I said it's luxurious, so you can come just another time. Then later, just I learned they were just officially excluding us, and I finally just went out from the university. Just later 1 month, just I got arrested by police because it was just taking to the concentration camps to like 70, 80,000 people in Addis Ababa were arrested, and I was among them. Then finally, just I was arrested for about just 1 month, and just everything becomes just disastrous in the country. Just basically the schools, like the system, in the education system, like Tigrayans were excluded, totally excluded, and just I gave up myself. Just in fact, he was saying it's luxury, and just I learned, he was right, it was luxury for me, because my peoples were killed just all over the country, specifically in the Tigray region. Just besides that, I have four sisters in Tigray. Like they stopped the education since 2020 during the breakout of the COVID-19. Till now, they are out of school because their school is distracted, totally distracted, and so many families just were killed as well. Now, just the school is like the interim government tried to open, but there is no way, there is no classroom, there is no teacher, as the doctor says before. There is no access for education as well. So they start to learn under the tree. They start to learn just using stones instead of blackboards. So like the entire system in the country was just excluding Tigrayans, basically like the rural students in the region. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your testimony. You are strong. You've made it despite the challenges here. I think the good thing is that we are safe here, but in Tigray, this safety is not there every day. Your life is in danger, and we want to appreciate the things we have here, but we also want to encourage children of Tigray to continue to struggle, to continue to believe, to continue to have hope, not to lose hope. That is what we are trying to do, but today we want to thank both our eyewitnesses or testimony tellers, and we want you to stay strong. And you are, but again, I want to say that, and thank you so much for today. You can go, but there's one more, maybe one thing I want to add. There's a lot of testimonies. There was one person that was supposed to come here, but it was a little bit, it was impossible. He didn't make it, but he sent me his message to read out. So maybe I should just read that quickly for you, because I think it has a lot of things that captures the situation. In June 2, 2021, June 2, 2021 is forever etched in my memory. That was the day I received an email my acceptance into one of the Netherlands' most prestigious universities with a fully funded scholarship. The joy this brought to my family and me was unparalleled. Yet at that moment, I was in Mekelle, hundreds of miles away from the Ethiopian capital, Addis Ababa, where I needed to finalize my visa. Since the Tigray Defense Forces, this is the resistance forces, had regained control over most parts of Tigray, the journey to Addis Ababa had become perilous. War-torn roads and active conflict made traveling a gamble with life. However, I chose to brave this treacherous route, driven by a desire at a brighter future. A journey that would normally take 6 hours took me an entire day, alternating between car rides and treks. Reaching Samara in Afar was a sigh of relief, and the subsequent trip to Addis Ababa a fulfillment of the first part of my dream. However, the city brought with it its own set of challenges. Mass arrests and ethnic profiling forced me into confinement and a family home. My only ventures outdoors was my trip to the embassy. The airport's immigration was another problem, with Tigrayans barred from international travel. Yet I took the leap, endured the interrogation, and finally touched Dutch soil in summer 2021. However, the nightmare back home pursued me. One dark day, I learned of my uncle's tragic death, murdered because of his Tigrayan identity. My heart was shattered. He wasn't just family, he was a mentor, an academic luminary, and an embodiment of the value of education. And as if that wasn't devastating enough, another blow struck when I found out my entire family's arrest. My younger sister, just 4 years old, was left to fend for herself. The agony was unbearable. With every lecture I attended, images of my distraught family overshadowed my focus. Education at that point seemed trivial. The straw that almost broke my resolve was the news of my father's passing. Grief, anger, confusion, despair. I was engulfed by a tempest of emotions. I felt isolated, bereft of the chance to bid him a final goodbye. On the brink of surrendering my dreams, I took a hiatus. Conversation with my family, despite our distance, ignited a spark in me. They reminded me of the legacy my father and uncle left behind and their unwavering belief in the power of education. Slowly, my studies transformed from a mere obligation to a sanctuary, shielding me from the horrors that haunted my past. With unwavering determination, I graduated. While my academic journey was overshadowed by tragedy, it was almost illuminated by resilience and hope. Now, as I look forward to a promising career, I dream of returning to Tigray in the future. Equipped with the knowledge and experience from the Netherlands, I aspire to be a beacon of change for community. That was his message that he was supposed to speak here, but he wasn't able, so he has sent me. It is a positive thing. I find a positive story in this, in that despite the challenges, he managed to continue to finish. And that's also what we heard from Froeni, who was also dancing in this positive thing. So in the ash that was left by war, we can rebuild lives, we can bring hope, we can bring resilience to the Tigrayan children. And I like to convey that message from these testimonies. It took a bit longer, but thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much all for your brave stories. It is now time to listen to some music, but not before I stretch out the importance of good education. good education is the basis of every healthy society. And let's give these children in Tigray the chance to follow good education. So I will place just in a minute the QR code of our, yes, for that camera please. Yes. Donate, just donate and give children in Tigray a chance of good education. Thank you very much. And now music, the song Asli, arranged by Splendor's own Tatiana Rosa.
Nebiat Buruk says that she is eager to learn in grade 5 before the war broke out. She has frustrated. Nebiat Buruk says that she is eager to learn in grade 5 before the war broke out. She has frustrated as she and her families are in hunger and she is out of school. She added that she wishes to serve her country. Nebiat Buruk says that she is eager to learn in grade 5 Nebiat Buruk says that she is eager to learn in grade 5 before the war broke out. She has frustrated as she and her families are in hunger and she is out of school. She added that she wishes to serve her country.
We have nothing to eat at home. There was a bank service before the war broke out. My father used to work hard and feed us, but now we are in a grave problem. If I got the chance to study and complete my education, I want to be a doctor and work for my country.
Nebiat speaks she either to attend her schooling before the war started, but at this very moment, she has become tied up in search of her daily nourishment in war.
We have never thought to join in such work and remain out of school, but I decided to work here as my families are facing severe problems.
The children express that lots of children are displaced from their residences and many have lost their parents due to the 2 years war in Tigray. They also added that they are exposed to different problems as they are forced to carry out challenging works to sustain their lives.
We feel sorry that education was suspended for about 3 years. For example, after I take my breakfast in the morning, I stay here the whole day looking to get lunch.
I used it to focus on my study before the war broke out, but now I help my parents by engaging on a daily labor works.
I used it to learn in grade 7. I dropped out of school due to the deadliest war in Tigray. I don't know why education is not started yet after the peace accord.
I've never thought to engage in a work like this, but the problem forced me to work here as a shoeshine.
Due to the coronavirus and the war that subsequently broke out, education in Tigray has been discontinued for more than 3 years. The fate of millions of Tigrayan children now remains moving on streets, begging their daily bread and engaging in exploitative works. Begging their daily bread and engaging in exploitative works.
And now for some more music from Haile Gebru and Zimmerman. And it means let us get together. Laat ons samenkomen. Hoe toepasselijk voor vanavond.
My name is Semerol Rai. I chose this song. It's like it goes with the situation in Tigray. I was born in Tigray. I'm from Eritrea, but I lived 7 years of the best years in my life in Tigray. Then the Ethiopian war broke out. Then we left to our home Eritrea. Since then I become like refugee all over my country. In Eritrea, we move from place to place. We don't have place to stay, and now I'm okay. So let's say it's in the number called Nissamama. Let's make an agreement as he said. Thank you, sir. نبرتي ودينا أيلام عيصباح محمد بريتي سماما نقورب جزينا أيكونا نبرتي ودينا أيلام عيصباح محمد بريتي تفاقرنا نمبر حبيرنا نزتي على فايف كويو نايزا عالم هبتي على فايف كويو نايزا عالم هبتي
la
نسمع نغور بجزينا أيكونا نبرتي وتينا أيلام أيصبح محمد وليتي نسمع نغور بجزينا أيكونا نبرتي وتينا أيلام أيصبح محمد وليتي تفاقرنا نمبر حبيبنا نزكي على فايف كويو عايزة حالم هبكي على فايف كويو عايزة حالم هبكي
Thank you very much. Now, for a final inspirational story, I would like to invite Gebre Christos once more to the stage to talk about the Kalamino School.
So as we look for ways to revive, rekindle the hope into the education system in Tigray, we are looking into the past. Are there inspiring stories? Are there stories that we can tap into? That is what we are trying to do. And as part of that, recently, at Tigray, the media I manage, we asked students in Tigray, not students from now, but former students of Tigray that are now across the globe, to look back and tell us what inspired them, what was inspiring. And they tell us some stories, and I want to tell you a little bit about that. And with that, I want to say that even if Tigray is today an ash, I believe there is hope. There is something that we can get out of that ash. I want to take you back a little bit. In 1984, some of you might have heard about the Great Ethiopian Famine. It is sad, but that famine was also mainly about Tigray, although it's told about it's told as an Ethiopian overall story. It was Tigray and the surrounding regions. But once the regime was overthrown in 1991, there was absolutely nothing in Tigray. There was no education or anything, but just with hope, a lot was possible to accomplish. And like what we are asking today, donations were playing an important role. And I want to say here, one school, I want to mention a school that played a very significant role in the Tigrayan education system. That school was called Kalamino. It is one school, but it was an inspiration in Tigray for all students across Tigray. This is his story. A Tigrayan who was in the United States decided we need to inculcate the value of education in Tigray, and for that he established a special high school. And that school accepts the best students from Tigray and allows them to study for 4 years without worrying about anything else. Simply focus on education. And that was supported by donations by Tigrayans across the globe and friends of Tigray like yourselves. But it wasn't the school that is the big story here. It is the inspirational role it played in the Tigrayan mind, in the Tigrayan child. Every Tigrayan student wanted to join that school. And in wanting to join that school, competition, a healthy competition was started across Tigray. And that helped Tigrayan students to excel. They aspire to be a good student, to study. And that is, I think, the most important thing. It is not the school itself, but its inspirational value for millions of students that played that role. That was very significant. And that was run by donation money. I happened also to study in that school. I was lucky. I started school very late in my life, but that school gave me the opportunity to continue school. Without that, I wouldn't have gone. And so I also know what that means for me personally. But that's not where I want to focus. I want to focus the role it played, even for the students that didn't join that school. So with that, I asked the students to tell me what Kalamino represented to them at that time, what it meant for them. And these are some of the responses. One said this. I started school right after the start of the overthrow of the regime. I and the teachers used to tell us that education was the key to personal success and to develop our Tigray. We were trained and Tigray was waiting for us. In the middle of this, Kalamino came to life and it drove our love for education even more to a higher level. Competition among friends and classmates are drastically increased. I didn't make it to Kalamino, but I think its existence by itself contributed a lot to my success in education. So he didn't join, but it played an important role in inspiring him. One also said here, Kalamino was simply a dream of every Tigrayan student at that time. Here a third one says, during my elementary school, Kalamino was just a gate for wisdom and a place where quality education is provided. Students talked a lot about it, and its name was special. His name is Nuwai. He said this. Here, Yosef said, I heard probably when I was in grade 2, when people used to talk a lot about how beautiful and friendly Kalamino is for excellent students. Some of my elementary teachers were also encouraging me to excel in order to join Kalamino. That made me want to join Kalamino. Others also wanted to join, and that indeed increased our performance at school. It goes on and on. There are about 28 students that have written a detailed story what Kalamino meant for them at that time. But I won't bore you with all the details. I just want to emphasize that whatever small help, it looks very small here, could have a very important role in inspiring students, in creating hope, in instilling hope. And I think we can do that. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Gibber Christos. And with that message of hope, this night ends. But not before I thank all musicians, Samira Weldai, Jacob Jemene, Semir Abraham, Peter Prommel, daar ben je, Tatjana Rosa, Nora Fischer, Shishane Franks, Hessel Moeselaar, Oene van Geel, Matthijs van der Woert, but also behind the scenes, the video boys Hans van Eck en Jolt Zedarnecki, André Lorenzo, and also here from Spender, Hans van Vliet en Paul Martin, en natuurlijk onze eigen Anne Koperdraad en Marie-José Grotehuis. Thank you very much for being here, very much for watching our emission. Thank you.